Come out to the bar.
Hello YouTube, cheers, and welcome to The Basement. My name is Bruce Lively.
And I'm D-Boy Slim.
And The Basement is the first daily hip-hop debate show. From Tuesday through Friday, we tackle the most intriguing topics in hip-hop culture and the world around it. Got a live audience today. What's going on? Live studio audience. Yeah, you know we do that sometimes. Now, one of our shows a couple weeks ago, we got a comment from a dude named Nat Turner 73X. He gave us a challenge. He said, who's more lyrical? Tragedy Khadafi or Nas? Dude must be a Queens man. Anyway, Nat Turner 73X, this one's for you. And for everybody else, we love to hear your ideas of the show debates. So leave them in the comments, and as you can see, we will discuss them if we like them. Anyway, who's more lyrical? Nas or Tragedy Khadafi? Lego?
Today we talking about two Queensbridge MCs.
Uh-huh.
Nas Escobar,
Yeah.
Nasty Nas, and Tragedy Khadafi. Although I like Tragedy, and he's very lyrical, very witty, delivery very smooth, very Queens with it. And I respect his body of work. Let me not even joke or laugh. Like, I respect his body of work on the CNN and going back to Intelligent Hoodlum. But you know, Nas, I think that's an open and shut case right there. Because when we say Nas, we're usually talking about the best to ever, you know, rap on the microphone. And so, you know, like I said, although I respect Tragedy and the work that he's put in, and to come out of Queensbridge as a MC anyway, you know, as y'all know, that's the biggest projects in America. So to come out of there and say you somebody or an MC and you're respected is to be respected in its own right. But I think it's Nas, and like I said, I really don't even think it's close, to be honest with you.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Nas, if you guys remember, I got him as number two in my top 10 hip-hop artists of all time.
Glad you remember.
Yep. But the question isn't who's the best hip-hop artist. It's who's more lyrical. And in order to really, really do this, I decided to look up the definition of lyrical. Webster's dictionary says, of literature, art, or music, expressing the writer's emotions in an imaginative and beautiful way. Number two, having an artistically beautiful or expressive quality. And I said, well, that is interesting. Lyrical has a specific definition that includes emotional integrity and the beauty of how you say it. What are the synonyms? Expressive, emotional, deeply felt, personal, subjective, and passionate. Nas is number two as a rapper. The most lyrical is someone who does the song Permanently Scarred. Tears fall on the paper as I write the scribe. It's like somewhere in my life, part of me died, and through my eyes of forgotten pain, rotten veins, escaping from the hellfire, running from flames. See my mom's on the kitchen floor, not knowing that the dope she injected this time was too raw. My mom chose dope, my pops chose the pipe, so I rhyme like a triple beam balancing life. Lyrical. P people, again, expressing the writer's emotions in an imaginative and beautiful way. Synonym, deeply felt and passionate. Have you heard anything like that from Nas? Nas is a lyricist, yes. But when it comes to your deeply felt, personal, emotional, pain or joy, Tragedy got him. Song number 2, called Crying on the Inside. You wanna know something about imaginative expression? How everything you say might have 2 or 3 different meanings? Listen to this. Try to dwell on the good times we had in the hood. And though we was poor, the love we shared was all good. Every woman more of a man than I ever known. Couldn't understand as a boy, but now that I'm grown. I mean, 2 or 3 meanings in it. You may just see that on the surface. But when he says every woman more of a man than I ever known, it has a lot to do with growing up without the father. Not just that the woman is strong, than I ever known. And he couldn't understand as a boy, but now that I'm grown, he now has become the man, and the woman is still stronger than him. That's why he said it that way. But you say, well, if you believe all of that, Bruce, why is Nas in your top 10 and Tragedy is not? Well, it's because of the criteria. Let's not be small-minded, people. Pure rap and poetic skill, Tragedy. Lyrically, has it. But I have 3 other categories. Musical, sonic creativity, nah, Tragedy doesn't have that. The style, voice, syllabalistic prowess, nah, Tragedy doesn't have that. Nas kills that. And the cultural influence, Tragedy has about none. Be honest. But as a lyricist, as the question is asking us, who's more lyrical? Say it for me, man. You know you want to say it.
You know, you never cease to amaze me.
Oh man, that's every day.
I'm astounded and quite impressed. That's more impressive than any BET or MTV show I've watched over the last 20 years.
I appreciate that.
Well, I know.
Fact though, because you never heard nobody even talk about or give mention to Tragedy.
Exactly.
Much less even spit his lyrics heartfelt and passionate. Like I haven't heard a lot of dudes from Queens talk about Tragedy the way you just spoke of Tragedy.
Oh man, you got to listen to him, yo.
Family comment out there. Like, that's a fact.
It's a reason. Y'all gotta listen. Y'all gotta listen to him.
So, I said all that to say, you know, that's impressive. And that neighborhood he comes from, it spawned a plethora of MCs. From Coore to Mobb Deep to Capone, so on and so forth, Nas included. However, let's not jump off the cliff and go overboard with it. Like, let's not jump out the window here. Tragedy is nice. He's had some verses. He's had some songs. Are we talking albums? Excuse me, as my man says, I'm always mispronunciating that. Albums. If we're talking LPs, then Illmatic.
Oh,
listen here.
Facts.
I'm not even gonna hold y'all up. Illmatic is the best hip hop album of all time. Period.
Illmatic is the best hip hop album of all time. Period.
Bottom line, hands down. Comment if you feel a way different. If I'm saying something wrong. Illmatic, yeah, the one that got 5 mics in the source. Illmatic is the best hip hop album, pound for pound, to this day of all time. That's just that. I'm not even gonna get into it. So, like I said, Tragedy had verses, some songs you can give reference to. More lyrical, you said we're saying, right?
Who is more lyrical between Tragedy and Nas?
First of all, lyrics.
Understand
like
the definition. I'll put it up for you.
Yeah, you can put it back up. But understand, you know, when you're talking about lyrics, you're right. You're talking about stringing the emotions. However, that's not all you're talking about. getting lyrical about what becomes the question. If this man is spitting lyrics and this man is spitting lyrics, what are the lyrics about? What are you getting lyrical about? Well, my man, I've heard Nas get lyrical about everything from the projects and the pissy elevators to going back to Africa, to his daughters, to the pyramids, to the poison that's sold in the streets. I've heard Nas get lyrical on just about every subject matter there is to talk about.
Really? Have you?
And
I'm glad you said that.
Not only that, there is nobody that gets more lyrical than Nas. There is nobody that says it with a passion and make it sound effortless. That's a word that I use. No one makes it sound more effortless than Nas. Sort of like a painter that's painting a picture and drawing a picture, and he's doing it damn near with his eyes closed. I've never seen nobody spit lyrics or say lyrics more effortless than Nas with such a passion, and you can tell it's coming from a truthful place. Period. So you ask me again, that's Nas hands down. And like I said, I'm not sitting here telling you that Tragedy was trash, and I ain't gonna play both sides of the fence though. Nah, Nas is it, hands down. That it has to be Nas more lyrical than Tragedy Khadafi. Tragedy Khadafi is now more lyrical than Capone and Noriega, his counterparts that he last rapped on the album with.
Oh, blasphemy!
You can't remember the last time Tragedy even had a solo album.
Listen, Tragedy is more lyrical. And you say, well, you heard Nas talk about everything from the hood to the poisons to the going back to Africa and the pyramids. Now, True Confessions, 1997. This is a song that Tragedy Khadafi did. And I like his earlier stuff because you may not know Queens people who talk about him now, but he still makes music, and he just came out with something, I believe 2014 or 15. I'll check it out. The one of the first to use the vocabulary based on scientific, metaphysical, and religious references was Tragedy Khadafi. To lyrically convey his thoughts and emotions, this is the key word of lyricism, i.e., I fast 40 days and pray for 40 nights, return to the essence of light for all life. What's he talking about there? Oh, it sounds like he's just talking about nothing and using metaphysical terms. No, he's referencing when Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, met with the devil, beat the devil, and came out on the other side as the king of all kings. At the second half of that verse, he says, what's conceived on the earth was placed upon walls, rested in the pyramid and wait for nightfall. You understand what I'm saying? If you think that Nas talks about the pyramids and talks about going back to Africa, this man is one of the first to do the same thing. If Nas does it, Tragedy does it better. Again, why he's not on the top 10 is like he said. You never heard nobody spit it like Nas. That's category number 3 on the top 10 list. Style, voice, syllabalistic prowess. Cultural influence, Nas has it. You mentioned Illmatic, that's why he's on the top 10. That's why he's number 2. Because there's not much more culturally influencing than Illmatic. But you're not gonna tell me that he is more lyrical when it comes to the lyrics that I just told you about. That's my wrap up. Understand that Nas, number 2, all time in my book. The specific question, who's more lyrical? Gotta be Tragedy. I think I've made my point. I think I pounded it. Wrap it up.
You made a good point that Tragedy Khadafi is lyrical for those who didn't know that Tragedy Khadafi is lyrical.
More lyrical.
He's not more lyrical than Nas. And I think I've made a point as to why. Nas, over the last 20 years, 2 decades, has been more lyrical than Tragedy Khadafi. If, like I said, they both spit lyrics, meaningful lyrics is what always counts in my book. The only question is, who does it more? Who does it more, people? That's the key word. I don't have to sit in here and kick Nas verses. The body of work that Nas has put out, there is no limit to how lyrical. That's always been a staple of Nas. There is no limitation as to how lyrical Nas gets. To whatever beat, whatever delivery he has to use, and whatever subject matter that we're talking about. Whatever verse you've put Nas on, you'd be hard pressed to find any of them where somebody rapped it or was more lyrical than Nas. And let's just be honest. And so with that, and even on tracks with Tragedy Khadafi, which y'all may not be familiar of, but the peeps that I may have come up and went to high school with may be familiar. Music Make the Thugs Calm Down. Yeah, Tragedy was on that along with Noriega and Nas. Never was more lyrical than Nas. And to this day, you hear a Tragedy Khadafi song and you hear a Nas song. Y'all be the judge. That's my rapper.
Y'all go check that song out too, Calm Down, featuring Nas and Noriega. It's actually a Tragedy Khadafi song. And that puts them together. I always like to listen to the songs where the two people were debating come together on a song.
I never forgot about that song.
And both of them did good. I love it. That's it, man. It's up to you guys. Who won the debate? Who's more lyrical in your eyes? Nas? Tragedy? Is it about the emotion and the extreme scientifical and metaphysical religious references? Or is it about hands down the best album of all time and the best albums that we know of in hip-hop? Okay? Who's more lyrical? Leave the comments right down there.
Appreciate the love out there. Any shout outs?
No shout outs today. I'm saving all shout outs for next Tuesday. We have another show coming out tomorrow, and it's another good one. We going on the other side of the microphone, people. We doing producers. Timbaland versus Pharrell. I can't wait. It's gonna be a good one. No shout outs. We're doing shout outs next Tuesday. There's gonna be no shout outs tomorrow either. We're gonna compile them all together. But special thanks to Nat Turner 73X for giving us this question, man. I loved it. It was awesome. With that being said,
We on.
peace. What does lyrical really mean? Niggas don't want the definition of lyrical. Hold on, man. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Niggas gave Ben Carson definition to immigrant.
Hey.
Definition of slavery.
Right.
They gave him definition of both of them.
All right, let's get back again. 5, 4, 3, 2.